Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. Today I'm going to show you how to make two wreaths at the same time. This is a great way to use up some ribbon that you might not use otherwise. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make these wreaths. Alright, I'm going to start by adding the pipe cleaners to my wreath forms. I'm using 14-inch wire wreath forms. I'm taking pipe cleaners and putting one on each inside crossbar, twisting 3 times pretty tightly. And you'll do that for every crossbar. It's really nice making two wreaths at the same time. You can just change them up a little bit, or you can make them identical. It really helps when you have a really good selling wreath too. So you'll have multiples so you can sell more. Alright, now to do the outside, I'm going to pick a crossbar, twist 3 times, and then I'm going to lay the pipe cleaner along the wire, and then add my next pipe cleaner. And anyone ever wonders why I repeat myself for each video, it's because I never know which video is someone's first. I'm going to use 10-inch white mesh. I'm cutting it at 20 inches. I'm going to need 7 for each wreath. I'm going to alternate with some jute mesh. And I'm cutting it at, it's 15 to 16 inches. And I'm going to need 7 for each wreath of this kind too. It's helpful when you're cutting to place something heavy if it's towards the end, because it likes to curl. Okay, each step that I do to one wreath, after I'm done with that, I go to the next wreath, and this just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to start by opening the outside ties on one of my frames, and I'm going to use 21-inch mesh as my base. So I'm just gathering the end of it. I've already cut it where it's nice and neat. And I'm just going to attach that to a crossbar with a zip tie. And I like to use a crossbar that has a pipe cleaner directly to the left of it, so that when I go around it, when it stops, it's like it's continuous. There's no gap. And I like using zip ties instead of just the pipe cleaners because it secures it better to the frame. And then I'm just going to trim away the zip tie. Alright, I'm not being too picky with this wreath because this is just going to be underneath. You're not really going to see this color. But if you want to measure your poops, you can. They're probably about 10-inch poops. This white mesh that's extremely see-through is wonderful for bases on your wreaths because it gives it some fluff, I guess is the word. It gives it more thickness. But you can't really see it, and the parts you can see are really pretty. I really love this kind of mesh. Alright, once I go around the outside, I'm going to push those out of the way, the pipe cleaners, and open the inside pipe cleaners. And then I go to the closest pipe cleaner on the inside, add my mesh to it, twist 1 time, and that's going to be my starting point. You can also use a zip tie there if you'd like to, but this is just easier and it's already there. And I'm just going to continue around the inside, just like I did for the outside. And I'm only twisting once because I'm going to add more mesh and ribbons to this wreath. Alright, now I'm at the last one, so I open the tie where I started and then add my last poof. And now I'm going to take a zip tie and attach it to the frame. And you can see this only uses about half of a roll, which is really nice because I just need 1 roll for the entire project, the 2 wreaths that I'm making. And now I'm just going to gather my jute mesh. And I'm not opening the ties on this wreath because I kind of wanted it to stand out. When you open your pipe cleaners and add stuff, it sinks it into the wreath a little more. And sometimes that's the look I'm going for, and sometimes I want it to stand out. And I'm alternating the jute mesh with the white mesh. And even though they're 2 different sizes, the jute is so I guess fluffy is the word. It really covers well. Alright, now I've got both of them done. So like I said, every time I do one thing to one wreath, I do it to the other. And now I'm going to cut my ribbons. And I'm adding a lot of ribbon just to one wreath. So I had my work cut out for me to do it for 2 wreaths. And I'm cutting them at 12 inches. And I like to use my ruler. It just makes it easier. I don't usually go more than 7 passes. If you wrap it around too many times, it gets too thick and the ribbon doesn't stay at 12 inches. So here's all of the ribbons that I cut. And now I'm just going to dovetail the ends of them. I did change from the green to this teal color. I didn't like the way the green looked with the signs. Alright, now I have all of them cut. See how great the teal matches with that one sign. I like to go through and organize my ribbon by how I want it to be on my wreath. It just makes it easier, and I know that I'm using the equal amount of ribbons. I don't have them all smushed together. And then I just fold them in half, pinch in the center where the crease is, and then I kind of like to pull on the ribbon. And again, I'm not opening the pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to wrap it 3 times. This is just to make sure it doesn't open. And then I like to use a glue stick to curl the pipe cleaner. And I'm putting 3 ribbons in each section. Right, that was an outside piece. I usually like to start on the inside, but I've noticed that when I'm recording and I start on the inside, it's harder to see how I'm doing the outside. So I just wanted to show you. I don't pull the ribbon up to the center. I just spread it out across the outside. This is just so you don't have a lot of overlapping ribbon. It doesn't look very nice when it's overlapping and you lose the ribbon. And ribbon can be expensive, so you want to see it every time you put it on your wreath. See, now that one I opened up towards the center, and so it makes it balance very well. Right now I'm on my last one, and you see I still have a big stack of ribbon because I got to do my other wreath. See how hard it is to see when I do the outside, so I wanted to do that one first so you could see how I fluff it out. All of that mesh right there that's frayed, when I'm done, I'll go through and trim that away and then just curl it under. Because no matter what you do, your mesh is going to fray. Alright, that's one done. And now I'm going to start on the next one. Okay, I've got my ribbon added to both wreaths. It really is helpful to do more than one wreath at the same time, because you already have everything out. You're already cutting everything, so you just double it or triple it. And I love the way the signs looked on these, so I'm glad I went with the teal. And I'm just going to use pipe cleaners and a staple gun to attach my signs. And this wood is really thick, so I don't really have to worry about it going all the way through. And I actually made these signs. I'll link the video of how I made them. Saves a lot of money when you make your own signs. Alright, and I'm going to figure out where I want them, and then I like to move the ribbon out of the way. You just don't want to lose that ribbon. If you use it, you might as well see it. And then I'm just going to feed the pipe cleaners through to the back and attach it to the wire frame. And I do this for both wreaths because I added the signs in the same place. If anyone ever tries to make any of the wreaths or use any of the things that I show you, I would love to see what you've done. I actually have a Facebook group. I'll try to link it here. It's called Southern Wreaths and More. I would love for you to join and show me what you've done. Right now at the end, I just go around and make sure that my ribbons look good, my mesh looks good, I like the way my sign is, and that's it. that's how I made 2 wreaths at the same time. It's a lot easier than you would think. It does take a little bit more time, but not by a lot. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.